Okay, so now we're looking at 10 more preposition mistakes. So all the mistakes are in the prepositions, which should make it easier for you to spot them on the board. But have a look at number 1. There are also many different opinions between staff members. Now the problem here is that between is used for two. When there are two staff members, you might use between. Yeah, there's a, you might say there are different opinions between even between the two of us. No, it doesn't sound right. You normally say between X and Y. Yeah, and when it's only two. Yeah, so you can certainly say I am standing between the chemists and the bakers. Yeah, and that's what between is for. It's for two things, between X and Y. And so you can't use it for when you're talking about more than two. And there's probably more than two staff members. So there are also many different opinions among staff members. Between is different from among, so be careful, don't mix the two up. If you mean within a large group of many people, you need to use among. Sorry, I've just literally this second woken up. But if you mean, you can certainly say between you and me, yeah, meaning, just between the two of us, just only, keeping the secret only between you and me. So you can certainly use between for two, but you can't use it for more than two. So use among for more than two and between for two. Okay, number 2. Recently, he's been working under a new report. And of course, it's the word under which is wrong here. You work on something. You work on a report, you work on an essay, you work on the accounts for this year, you work on your taxes, whatever it is, you work on something. Okay, so not under, but well done for getting the tense right with recently. Yeah, so this student got the tense right with recently. Don't forget, we normally use present perfect. And when you're using a word like work, it's very dynamic. So we often see there has been working, has been living, has been playing, yeah, has been driving. It's usually the dynamic verbs, guys, which are the has been doing. Rather than stated verbs, yeah, which can't be used like this, yeah, like no, I have known him for 3 years. Okay, number 3, some new people joined to our department. Now this is unlucky because we do say join X to Y. Yeah, so there is the preposition to in there when you're joining X to Y, in the same way that we say glue X to Y, attach X to Y. There are many other verbs that do this, which mean, to take one thing and attach it to the other thing, to join X to Y. But when you say it like this, you're not joining something to something, you're just joining something. So there's no preposition with join. Now, I want to quickly remind you, just because I hear this mistake all the time, there is no to after called. Yeah, that's another very common mistake that's very similar. I hear it all the time. I called to the police. No, I called the police. Yeah, no to. If you mean rang the police, phoned the police. And notice that our other verbs of phoning also don't use the preposition to. Yeah, I rang the police, I called the police, I phoned the police. And another one is arrive to, which is always wrong. And so I'm just going to cross all of that out because it's arrive at, arrive in. Yeah. And I'd just like to remind you about these ones